I wanted to dive into the branding of the Paper Skies and how your graphic design work kind of worked into that. What was your idea for behind like the Paper Skies idea? Where did that come from?
The name itself came from like a rebrand. So I was, long story short, I was Paper Planes was my alias.
Okay.
And Nest HQ, the subsidiary of Osla, like Skrillex's label,
Yeah.
they signed a new house duo, which ended up only releasing like one project, but it was called Paper Planes. So they emailed me and were like, hey, we recommend you change your name just for like Spotify mapping issues in the future, because if you distribute on their page, there could be like legal repercussions. And I think I was like 14 at the dinner table with my parents, and I started like crying. I was like, Mom,
Oh,
Dad,
no.
Skrillex is gonna sue me. Like I had no idea what was going on.
If I was in that position, I'd be like, damn, Skrillex is going to sue me? Like anything Skrillex is going to interact with me? Sick.
Dude, I didn't even like know what was happening. I was just like mind boggled, right? So I immediately changed my name to Paper Skies because I was like, oh, where do paper planes fly? In the paper skies. And in terms of just the whole branding of it, like I find the more I understand myself as a person and the more I understand, like convey that in my music, my design work, even like my clothing, like just my goals, the way I talk to people, the more my project feels cohesive. And the more the visual side of it sort of like aligns better. It's like all the pieces are like slowly clicking into place over time. And the longer I work on this, the more cohesive it's going to become as a project.
Since you're more of a branding expert, what is that brand behind the Paper Skies? Like, what is the emotion? What is the message and stuff behind your branding?
The idea that I have is like reach beyond the skies. Like, don't set yourself a limit. The sky is not the limit. And, you know, you're meant to write your own future, your own path, you know, beyond this idea of the sky. That's what the name has sort of become. When I first made it, of course, it was just totally random. There was no significance behind it. But I like this idea, and I've come to this idea over the years, a lot of it through this album that I've been working on, because, again, there's that question, like, what does it mean to be an artist? Like, I really asked myself that deeply 3 years ago, and I'm figuring out what it means for me to be an artist. And more importantly, that, you know, every artist is differently. That question is going to be answered very differently by everybody. But I'm understanding myself now, and my brand is all about, like, showing that artistry. Like in, again, like my design work, I want it to just scream Paper Skies. I want my music to scream that. I want myself to scream that. Like everything has to just push towards this project and the idea of like write your own path, you know?